So today I'm going to be hopefully answering the question who will win between Goetia and Tiamat. Now, some people might think the conclusion is obvious, however, I beg to differ. This is because in the Heian Kyo prologue, Yulgamuri is stated to be the strongest being since Goetia, and the Heian Kyo Lost Belt is after Lost Belt 5, so obviously Goetia is the winner. However, there is multiple problems with the statement. The first one being chaos. Chaos is directly stated to be a Dyson Sphere, with a Dyson Sphere being a hypothetical structure that is wrapped around a star, and essentially it just harnesses all the energy of that star. This means that chaos is a stellar class entity, with the prerequisite of stellar class just being to have the energy output of a sun or a star. And we can't just scale Goetia to stellar class. The reason why is because literally in the same statement he's called the strongest, he's also called second planetary. You can't even make the argument that Chaos was so weakened that he was weaker than Goetia due to him being at 3% when he was fighting Chaldea, because Home outright calls him a star. Not only that, but he one-shots Ares. This is the same Ares that can somewhat fight Velper 2. I'm saying somewhat because he still got his ass completely beat, but still, Velper 2 is another stellar class entity, and Ares just gets one-shot by Chaos. Like, he cannot even defend himself at all. He just dies. Well, I can't say he actually doesn't defend himself because he does protect Chaldea, but he does die to this instinctive attack. It was just a reflective attack towards Ares. It wasn't targeted towards him, and Ares died to that. So I think it would be safe to assume that Chaos is above Velper 2. So even in this weakened state, Chaos should still be stellar class. Now, to touch on why it's wrong even further, it's because they call Yulgamuri the strongest since Goetia. The reason why this is bad is because in this third planetary state, she had lost all other options to use the majority of her power. And multiple other characters commented on this weakness, and this left her with only the energy stored in the fantasy tree or the imaginary tree of Lost Belt 5, which is directly stated to be equal to AAS in terms of energy. The problem is Arjuna, because right after gaining more power from the fantasy tree, Arjuna is stated to be capable of easily replicating Goetia's feat of wiping the Earth's surface, which literally is AAS. So if Arjuna had the energy to do the same thing and had more than that, like he could easily do it, and Yuoga Marie had the energy of it, and that alone, how could she be stronger than him? This gets even worse because Zeus is outright stated to be orders of magnitude stronger than Arjuna, and an order of magnitude is a tenfold increase. So being stronger by multiple orders of magnitude means there's a exponential difference. So Zeus could be over 100 times stronger than Arjuna, and Arjuna is vaguely as strong as Yoga Marie, if not stronger. So simply, I just don't see this statement as viable or valid. Now, this is where we can actually ask the question of who is stronger. If we go by purely feats, they're both likely relative, considering they both have statements about being capable of destroying the planet or destroying the world. Same with the recreation of the world, so they can remake it as well. Since just based off that we can't find a conclusive winner, let's dive a little bit deeper. First, we know Goddess Rangamaniad outright states that Tiamat is a greater threat than Goetia. And in the anime, Tiamat's Saint Graph signal is over 900 million. This is nearly triple with Velper 2's Saint Graph signal, who is also stellar class, like I said before. She's also called a megastructure, just like Chaos was. A Dyson Sphere is literally a megastructure. This becomes worse when you look at Goetia's Saint Graph signature, which is around the 160,000 range, with Femme Fatale Tiamat being roughly around there too. You could say this is all the stretch because it's all from the anime, which is fine, but it's consistent with her character considering she's literally called a divine arc that can travel between the stars. And Chaos and Tiamat have a similar purpose / existence in their pantheons. So I personally believe that Tiamat is stronger, though I could be missing a few things. So please do inform me in the comments if I am. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.